Good morning and welcome to the next of our daily Bible studies. We're on day 138. At the moment we're looking at the statutes and laws of old Israel, and we are looking particularly at laws relating to human behaviour towards other humans. At the moment we're looking at Deuteronomy chapter 22 verses 1 to 5, some largely benign laws, although a really rather strange one about what clothes you're allowed to wear. Here comes Deuteronomy 22 verses 1 to 5. If you find another Israelite's cow or sheep wandering loose, don't just ignore it, take it back to its owner. If its owner lives far away, or if you don't know whose it is, take it home with you. And when the owner comes looking for it, give it back. It is to be the same if you find a donkey, a garment, or any other Israelite's lost property. If another Israelite's cow or donkey has collapsed, don't just ignore it, but help its owner to get it back on its feet again. Women are forbidden from wearing men's clothes, and men from wearing women's clothes. Doing so incurs Yahweh's hatred. Deuteronomy, and especially the oldest of its constituent parts, encourages all Israelites not just to avoid doing evil, but actually to take the initiative in behaving responsibly and sympathetically towards neighbours. These few verses about what to do with lost property that has been found are an example. Those who find the lost property of others were to take care of anything found as if it were their own until it could be returned to its owner, or the owner was in a position to reclaim it. Such laws as these encouraged thoughtfulness and kindliness in the community, and helped to glue the people together as a society. Then at the end of this passage, the first of a series of laws about sexual matters unexpectedly pops up. And as with so many laws, no explanation is given about why such behaviour is wrong, except that the early Deuteronomic writer said that God doesn't like it. As it was, men's and women's clothing back then didn't differ all that much, except perhaps in minor details like length, head covering, and possibly decoration. Some Christians in modern times, and with little justification, have used verses like these to condemn transvestites and transsexuals and even same-sex relationships, although the same critics disregard the Deuteronomic food and health regulations entirely, and even the law about keeping Saturday as the Sabbath. Christians since the days of St. Paul have not regarded such regulations as binding on us. And there is no shame, for instance, in my borrowing my wife's dressing gown or her putting on my shirt. Where such a law might have originated is possibly in a Puritan-like Jewish horror of suspected sexual license surrounding Canaanite worship, and the danger that such behaviour might bring into doubt the paternity of any children, since Jewish inheritance was strictly through the male line of descent, even though to be Jewish you had to have a Jewish mother. We shall visit the more extensive verses on sexual matters tomorrow, and need to keep in mind that the Deuteronomic scholars were engaged in a struggle for the survival of a nation and a religion that were seriously challenged since they were now exposed to the wider world, and this may well have helped to move their ideas about God's will in such matters in a more defensive direction. So, tomorrow it will be a reading about sexual crimes and harsh punishments. See you tomorrow.